What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're the first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back. Listen, guys, I want to give a shout out to one of my subscribers, Mr. Richard Treadwell. And I just want to send out the shout out because he asked me, my thoughts and opinions on Tory Lanez incident with Meg Thee Stallion, the whole trial, the verdict, or whatever. And I wasn't gonna do a video on this, but I mean, I guess I'll give my 2 cents. Now, this is just me being honest, so I mean, don't tear me up in the comment section. Some of you guys are really young, so my way of thinking is a little different, and my upbringing might be different than yours. So let's be respectful in the comments. But listen, guys, honestly, this whole situation could have been avoided. On both sides. We're going to a little bit of particulars, and then I'm gonna really go in on this thing. As far as my situation is concerned with this, I look at it like this, man. This all could have been avoided, right? And I think, whether it was an argument that started it, where it led to Meg Thee Stallion getting shot, or whatever was the reason, that it didn't have to go down like that. And looking at some of the stuff in the case, I think it was a no-win situation for Tory Lanez. I didn't really keep up with it like every day like a lot of people did. But I mean, some of the stuff that stood out to me was, supposedly four or five shots was fired in the car. The girl got shot in the foot. She lied when the cops came and said, well, I stepped on glass. Then they take her to the hospital. She got bullet fragments in her leg, right? That comes up in court. You had gunshot residue on your hand, bro. On your hand. Nobody else in the car. There was only 3 of y'all in the car. Nobody else in the car had it on them. You know what I mean? It was like a setup for failure. Just to me, I mean, I've been in court situations before. Then it's like, supposedly, you offered hush money. Supposedly, I don't know what the amount, I think it was $1 million. You offered both of them to be quiet about it. Man, it makes you look real guilty. Makes you look real bad. And the thing is, don't get me wrong. I like Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not a fan of his music or anything like that. I mean, he got a couple of songs that I've heard, from my son listening to him. I'm a little bit older. Meg Thee Stallion too, But I mean, I'm not, at my age, I'm not really a fan. But, I mean, they made music, and I guess the music was good. But, another thing, Meg took the stand, bro. I mean, you didn't. I mean, you was a defendant, but she took the stand. And I'm gonna ask some of y'all out here, and then she went up there and got on the stand. I mean, it blew me. She was like, oh, well, I didn't tell on him because with all the shootings, I didn't want another dead black man, the cops to come and kill him. Come on, man, that don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. But I mean, it's neither here nor there. I thought that was like some trying to make herself look like she was compassionate. But anyway, with her taking the stand, do that mean she a snitch now, y'all? I want to see if that come out. Is she a snitch because she took the stand? Regardless of what she said, she took the stand, and it helped getting convicted. Does that make her a snitch? I just want to see. But supposedly the argument was about, she said something negative about your career, or she's bigger than you or something like that. She didn't like your music, something negative, and then y'all got to arguing over that. That's why, like I said, this whole thing could have been avoided, man. And then it's like in court, everybody looks stupid. Who shot Meg Thee Stallion? I plead the fifth. It's 3 people in the car. Yo, the odds are stacked against you. You the only one had gunshot residue on you. The girl in the back saying, I ain't gonna say who told. You know what I'm saying? They got text messages saying that you text the bodyguard, talking about that the girl text the bodyguard saying that, yo, help. You shot Meg. Man, the cards wasn't in your favor. I didn't even see it the way, you know, you don't want to think negative about somebody being in court, man. You know, but the odds were stacked against you, man. And it's like they didn't have to have you say you shot her. Once they seen the gunshot residue on you, they gonna put 2 and 2 together. So all this who shot who and who this and who that, bro, that was all stacked. That was all weight on your back, whether you knew it or not. And, you know, in my opinion, man, the whole thing is on him. You know, and a lot of people like Tory, you know, but like I'm one of them people where I'm a free thinker, man. I don't, just because I like somebody's music or this, I don't know them personally like that. So, I mean, they're still a human being. And they still can do dumb stuff, you know. Think about it, guys. This year, 2022, we at the end of it. This was not a good year for musicians, man. A lot of rappers getting killed and a lot of them getting, you know, taken down in the system. You know, if I was in the music, man, I'd be extra careful. Because they're not playing with nobody out here. Then you got it where, and I'm gonna just say this real quick. This might rub a lot of people the wrong way, but I'm gonna just say it. Listen, what was up with Tory Lanez's dad calling out Jay-Z and all that at the end? I mean, if somebody could leave me a comment about what that was about, I don't understand what that was about. I think his dad's a preacher or something. The way he came out there and started acting crazy and talking about the situation was crooked and all, you know, the legal system is crooked. Okay, that being what it's made, right? You and your son's life, right? You see your son is a political, I mean, is a musical, a person in the music industry. All preachers preach about how the music and all that stuff is an evil thing and all of that, and you supported him. You didn't come at him and tell him what to look out for and this and that when he was coming up, to have better judgment from some of the stuff he was doing on Instagram. And now all of a sudden you cry foul because the justice system, he went right to it. Listen, guys, listen. We all got children that we care about. You know what I'm saying? I put the best of what I could into my boys. You know, and you only know once they leave the nest what type of human being you raise. Because as we all know, kids can do whatever you want them to do and be whatever you want them to be when they're in your presence. Once they get older, things are what they are. You know, Tory Lanez came into his own, got money, all this other stuff. You know, he seemed like a decent dude. He just seemed like a young guy. He was just doing what young guys do. He done hooked up with Meg Thee Stallion. You know, things happen. You know, ego versus ego. She a big star. He a big star. She said something about his career or whatever. It set him off. You know, but the thing is this, all this is on him. And this is why. Number one, bro, you're a celebrity. If you ain't got no security with you, you should not be having no gun in the car like that. Second of all is this. How did the argument get so bad with a girl that you had to pull a gun on her? You ain't learned nothing with, you know, all this other stuff that's going around? People getting in trouble? You never learned nothing from Rihanna and Chris Brown, man? Seriously. And we all know as guys, man, sometimes, you know, ladies, when they argue with us, they can say some heinous stuff that'll make us be like, you know what I'm saying? Leave her alone. Because if she came at you like that time, I know she's came at you like that before about something else. Y'all had blow-ups before. You could have ended the relationship. You in charge, bro. You say who you want to be with and who you don't want to be with. You know, if you was like, hey, man, you know, this ain't working out. And that's the thing, you know, when you're young and you're trying to find out about love and all of this stuff. And, you know, sometimes it's easier to pull away when you see the flags or you see signs this thing ain't working out. And I think they both seen signs it wasn't working out. But, I mean, they was too preoccupied with other things, you know. Now, all of a sudden, you done lost your temper. She done pushed you to that edge. You lost your temper. Shot her. You know what I'm saying? Huh. The gun go off or whatever. They ain't talking about like 4 or 5 shots. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Another thing is this. With everybody not talking, this might be something else that could have happened. What if they got in there and got to arguing, and she grabbed the gun and he took the gun from her and the gun went off and hit her in the foot? Nobody knows. The girl in the back, you know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna take Tory's side. You know what I mean? I think that was like Meg's Peoples or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. And I'm not saying this is a male versus female thing, or I don't like Meg, I don't like Tory. But I mean, we got to keep it real, man. You the man in the relationship. You got to have better judgment. If she was acting foul and acting crazy like that, you could have let her go a long time ago. And vice versa with her. You know what I'm saying? What kind, I mean, at the age y'all are, I mean, y'all not like in the low 20s. Y'all up there a little bit. Why would y'all even be arguing about who career is better? And why would it affect you both if y'all both working for a common goal of being together? It's just one of them things, man. And like I said, his dad acting crazy, calling out Jay-Z and all of this stuff. And it's everybody else's fault. The legal system was evil. Well, why'd you go in there and sit there and listen to that? Why'd you not teach that to your son a long, long time ago? You know, I know you met Meg Thee Stallion before all of this blew up, and you seen her. She looked commercial. You know what I mean? The big ass, the goofy shit. You ain't saying that like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you serious about her? Is this just a toy or something you want to be seen with to enhance your status in the music industry? For some reason, man, it always seems like, even in film, man, I mean, very few instances it works out when celebrities date. You know, and it's like nobody picks up on that. But I mean, like I said, man, this year was a bad year for musicians. And I'm sorry that the man going to jail, because a lot of people love his music and we don't know where his career could have been after this. But I will tell you this, you know, Meg Thee Stallion got a lot of flack over the last couple of years, man. You know what I'm saying? She ain't say nothing, but I think when she went in court and she got up there and sat, and, you know, she made them public service announcements and all that other kind of stuff she was doing in the past. I think a lot of that, man, when she got up there, she just was like, yo, I'm going to just stick with the script and just, you know what I mean? So it's like, but I mean, looking at the situation with the case, oh, the DNA wasn't on the gun, but it was on the clip or whatever the crap it was. It don't matter. You had the residue on your hand. Now, the residue don't dictate that you was the, that you committed the crime, but it looked like you committed the crime. Nobody else had gunpowder residue. Nobody else fired a gun. She got a bullet in the foot. I mean, let's be real. 3 people in the car. She got a bullet in the foot. You got gunpowder residue on your hand. You fired a weapon. You know what I'm saying? People heard the shot. Girl in the back. I don't know who did it. Come on. So what, they was fighting? That's why I say they must have been fighting or arguing. So how you didn't see who did it? If they arguing and doing all this other stuff, I mean, you would be right there seeing it. So, I mean, it's like people just look crazy in court. And it's like, you know, I mean, I don't know if it's like, when I say ego, it's like maybe, you know, people used to say Rick James, be like, yo, I'm Rick James. He might have been like, yo, I'm Tory Lanez. Oh, hell no, I ain't just a singer. You know what I mean? I'll be with gangsters. You know what I mean? She probably like, oh, shut your ass up. You know what I mean? It probably made me feel small. But, I mean, all in all, guys, man, it's a sad, sad situation. You know, you never knew what he would be. And then, like, you know, you don't want this on your resume. You got to feel for Meg, too. She got shot. I mean, I don't know if it was cause of her mouth or whatever. But for all intents and purposes, she could have told Tory some real shit. Like, yo, Tory, man, your career is corny cause of this. He was like, what? You know what I mean? Oh, hell no. But, yeah, but my biggest thing is, you had the gunpowder residue on you. You're a man, you take charge in the situation. Sometimes it's good to just shut up. And I learned that from a lot of older men. When the wife be arguing with them, they just be sitting there. And I'm like, I'll be glad when I can do that. Right now, my ear's still tender. I can't take the noise. Sometimes when people be arguing with you and you got to say something back, you feel like you got to say something back. I'll be glad when I get up in the years, when I get to that point. I ain't there yet. But I mean, if we as men can learn that when we young, I think we'd be all right. And that goes for both sexes, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of nagging men out there too. But yeah, man, my thing was the hush money. Supposedly it was 4 or 5 shots. And only 1 shot in the foot, I don't understand that. and you had the gunpowder residue in your hand. She took the stand. You know what I'm saying? She took the stand. You didn't. I mean, I know you're not going to because you're a defendant, but and it was a fight over an argument over her saying your career or your music was whack. Like, come on, man, you got a fan base. That shouldn't even bother you. But guys, leave me a comment, man. Tell me what y'all think. You know, do you think it was Tory's fault or, you know, Meg's fault? Who's at fault? You know, honestly, I just think that Tory, at his age, he could have used a little bit more discretion. But I mean, some of the stuff I seen him doing on Instagram back in the day, I don't know, you know. But it's just sad that he's locked up, and it's sad that she got shot. You know, you don't know what kind of ramifications, you know, effects that has on her psyche as well. And I just wish it never happened, you know. But and then the last thing is this, like I was saying, man, the dad just blew my shit. Like, he just blew my shit. Like, he come out there on his soapbox, he going crazy, he attacking Jay-Z. He didn't offer him a deal, or what that got to do with him shooting somebody in the foot, bro? Oh, I got thousands of children all over the world. Okay, if you have that much influence, I mean, your son didn't know not to do that shit? But I mean, that's neither here nor there, man. I know the man is upset because of his kid being in that situation. But I mean, I'm not going to villainize somebody that got shot. You know what I'm saying? You know, it ain't like he got shot and she got shot, or she grabbed the gun and tried, you know, we don't know. But as always, guys, like, comment, share, and subscribe, man. Leave me a comment like I told you before, man. I appreciate it. I'll make a couple more videos before the end of the 2022 year of 2022. And it's been a hell of a ride, my first year on YouTube. And I appreciate everybody that supported me so far. And I hope I can keep delivering some good content for you. And I got a lot of things in the work, you know, in the background and stuff like that, to give y'all something more to focus on besides my face. But like I said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. I appreciate the love and support, man. Thank you so much.